If you're like me and you made a New Year's resolution to start exercising, to start giving your body the TLC that it deserves, then it's right about time to stop procrastinating. You might want to try out hot yoga, doing yoga in a heated room. With the opening of a new yoga boutique, we asked Home Yoga's resident yogi Jordan Bellan about the health and beauty benefits of hot yoga.
So I've been practicing yoga for about 7 years, and I love yoga because it's really good for me to merge myself into the infinite universe that we live in.
Jordan has been teaching yoga for the past 3 years in Canada, Beijing, and Malaysia. He received his formal yoga therapy training from a university in India, where he completed more than 500 hours of training. Home Yoga specializes in hot yoga. Why hot yoga as opposed to, there's so many different types of yoga, but why hot yoga?
Well, for me personally, I practice hot yoga sometimes when I'm in need of an intense stretch. If I haven't practiced yoga for 2 or 3 days, if I haven't practiced yoga for a week, I'll always go into hot yoga class because it's really going to limber up my muscles and prepare me to get back in my practice. After a flight, I practice hot yoga. Okay. But for a beginner, hot yoga to me is the essential beginning of your journey in yoga.
You're saying it's a good point to start for beginners. Hot yoga, because I know hot yoga is a lot more vigorous than other types of yoga. So why would a beginner start with something so challenging?
Well, like you said, hot yoga is a lot more vigorous, and the stretching is going to be a lot more intense, and everything about the class is going to be a lot more intense. And the increased intensity and the increased heat allows the body to detoxify quickly, bringing the body into a more subtle and defined form. So until you can easily touch your head to your knees, I would call you a beginner in yoga. Until you can get your head to your knees, you still haven't attained that maximum level of flexibility that you need to get to. Maybe not need to, I don't like the word need, but maybe you would want to get to before you want to endeavor into something more extreme like Ashtanga, where you're really working with the breath, or Vinyasa flow, which is always a great way. Like, channel different practices into your practice, but for someone who's still attaining those high degrees of flexibility, I feel that hot yoga is an essential way to really gain that mobility of the spine, the mobility of the hips, the mobility of each muscle, and the lucid behavior of the muscles that we would require for you to get into a really in-depth yoga practice.
Okay, now Singaporeans are generally very busy and they want to see results really fast. How does hot yoga benefit a typical Singaporean?
That's a really good question. When I was 5 years ago even, I started dancing quite late in my life. I didn't have great posture, and I couldn't even in the beginning touch my nose to my knees or even touch my toes with my fingers. That was about 8 years ago. And in hot yoga, in a couple of months, I had completely revamped my body. I'd completely changed the structure and the musculature and the skeletal system. Everything reforms around the heat when you do hot yoga. And that's why Singaporeans have really taken a liking to this form of yoga. It shows fast results in the structure of the body. Not necessarily you're going to lose so much weight right away, but usually the body will maintain its weight and gain muscle mass and a beautiful open chest and a beautiful strong core and really prepare you.
Up next, Jordan explains how you can shed years off your face and body by practicing yoga.